Well, you're going to be seeing a few things with this little body cam for a while. I want to make sure that I continue to test it since I test it since I refreshed it. So that's where we're at. So anyway, we're pretty well safe and secured up here in Connecticut. We have to worry a little bit about hurricanes, but more so, snow, sleet, ice, stuff like that. But so we all have our albatrosses, so to speak. However, now this is where sometimes amateur radio starts to work, and ham radio operators start to work when there's a disaster coming around. I got a text from one of the local radio clubs stating that they're going to be hanging around 20 meters. Well, that's 20 meters, by the way. 20 meters is actually a broad band. I mean, that's just one part of it. I mean, every digit is a part of a meter, part of 20 meters. But at that point, amateur radio operators are used a lot when it comes to disasters to communicate messages back and forth for individuals, to see if their parties are okay down there and such. They try to make contact. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. Hypothetically, say somebody may from up this area have somebody down there and may say, oh, wait a minute, Buzz is an operator. Let's see if he can make contact down there. So they'll say, okay, so-and-so lives at so-and-so, Florida. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that so-and-so in Florida is making any arrangements to make contact to come back. Now, if I contact a ham radio operator in such and such a Florida, he may do what he can to try to contact that person if there was a phone number put out or an email or something to let them know that people up here were asking about them and everything was fine. So then at that point, that person would probably know to contact that radio operator down there to reply or send a message back up. You follow me? So that's kind of how it works with amateur radio. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of ham radio operators in Florida. Florida's a flat land, so it makes life real easy. It sticks right out there in the middle of nowhere, so that also makes communicating easy. The further in you come with more mountains, there's more obstructions, more things that can get in the way. So it takes different equipment, meaning antennas, sometimes more power and stuff like that. But that's where I'm going to be just kind of hanging for now, just to kind of listen. There will be a net coming up shortly. When that net starts, I will, maybe I'll record a few seconds of it just so you get an idea what I'm talking about. I will be firing up one of the computers that are hooked to that, which will also help me if I got to do anything back and forth. I haven't got a keyer here. Like I say, I've been out of this for so damn long. It's been like 30 plus years. I got back into it, I believe, this time last year. I'm not positive. But there's still things I have to buy. So I haven't got a keyer. So if I want to do anything, I can just, like for instance, code or RIDI. I can just dump it on the, type it out there, send it across there, and away it goes. So, but that's kind of like where we're at so far. 2 meter 440, that doesn't come in handy for distance. That's more localized state stuff, county, towns. It's more of a shorter distance. It works through repeaters most of the time. Repeaters are only basically allowed so much power because they don't want it to go beyond another repeater in another town or state. Now I heard that they were talking about linking some repeaters. I don't know if they've done that yet or not, to be honest with you. Now this little radio over here is a DMR radio. DMR is something new that came out since I've been around. With that little radio, I can talk around the world with that little 5-watt radio. I haven't got into it deeply yet as far as the how it works. But at that point, I know how to use it. Let's put it that way. But again, there's some learning I have to go here. I'm in a learning curve right now. Well, I gotta go move the tractor. I got the wife's starting to cut the lawn. I got the tractor out there. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, anyway, I had to move the John Deere out of the way because the wife wanted to cut the lawn. I bought her that little Cub Cadet. Where she's way out yonder, way out in the back there. You can see the lights, I guess, coming our way. I don't know. But meanwhile, I was just thinking about it. When I had the power problem back here, and again, I'm still using the Bodycam, the Transcend Bodycam Pro 20. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm telling you, it really gives you a nice picture. And even at night, there's a video back. If you went to my archives and put in like training or something like that, it would bring you to one of the pictures, videos of me using this thing at night. Actually, it started out about 6 o'clock, and which was still light out, and then it gradually got darker. So, but meanwhile, I forgot. When I was working on that electrical problem, spit it out there, Buzz. I disconnected the generator, and I ran all new power. So at that point, I have to hook up the generator. The wife said to me, she says, when I went out to move the tractor, she goes, "I know we're in no great need of that generator right now, but did you ever hook it up again?" I said, "No." So what I have to do is this week is get that hooked up. I think I'm going to build a new little generator shed. I got one out here I nailed together real quick just to keep it from the elements while it was working on everything else. It looks like a little white doghouse. Don't mind all the crap on top. I put things out there to dry in the sun. But I think I'm going to run down to Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up some pressure treated and build a something small. I don't need anything large to hold it. I will put a few little vented in there, screens or something to vent out any heat that it may get in there. And I'm also thinking of insulating it, because where I'm thinking of putting it is going to be closer to the house. And, I really don't want it to be annoying. Now, it's something that you would probably get used to if you were running it, for a day or 2 days. But again, I don't want it to be super annoying, so I'll probably insulate it. And I know I've got rolls of insulation probably out there in that old truck body, which someday, well, I'm not going to really worry about it too much. I wanted to get that over on the other side of the fence, over on the other property. I actually put a hole there so I could actually put it in the ground. I do not like above ground buildings. I don't like these above ground buildings. I like a lawn. As much as I don't take care of it, I like it. So I actually dug a big hole over there that'll fit in. And I wanted to move it into the hole. This way I can just strengthen up the roof, running some 2x6s or 2x8s, 16 on center all the way across the roof on the outside, and a couple of 4x4s or 4x6 timbers up, and then I could just cover the damn thing, and just leave it open like a driveway so I can drive down in it with the tractor and things, and I don't have to worry about it, But seeing that, we're really talking about moving. We're not in hot pursuit right now because we're here for the winter. There's no way that we're going to be able to, buy a house, sell a house, and make the move, before winter. So we're just, if the right house comes along, we'll buy it. But we're going to be here, until next year anyway. So at that point, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll start filling in the hole, you know, with brush and things, you know, and as they decompose naturally, it'll pack down, and you know, I'll have to keep throwing more in there, but I'm not going to really worry about it. And if it comes to a point the house sells and they want something done with the hole, well, what I'll do is I'll just cut the sides in. What I mean by that is, what's this thing? Well, that's the state tactical channels. All right, if I got a hole, looking at the hole this way, now looking at it the other way, this is the ground, and it goes down like this, so I can actually drive down there with the tractor. But looking at it from the side, if they want it there, it's there. If they don't want it there, all I'll do is I'll just take the tractor and I'll just level this down and make it like a big old dip. And they can still grass seed it, they can mow it, they can do what they want with it. So that's what I'll do if they don't want the hole. All right. Or I'll knock off a few bucks off the deal in the house and say, here, you take care of the hole. So, oh, I cleared this off, by the way. So now I can pull this out. It's on wheels, and I can use it. It's got a rubber top on it, so I don't have to worry about anything shorting out. I'd really like to pull it out and use it a lot, but I have no place just to put it, as you can see. I'm going to put it with this camera. Sorry, guys. This is what we have for donkey treats out here. This is just for out here, so through the course of the day if they want a treat. All right. But meanwhile, getting off track. This is on wheels, so I can just pull it out if I need to use it. If I'm not working on a project that's real high, as you can see, I've got about 6 inches, 7 inches there, so I can just leave the project on there and slide it back in. So, you know, I got that there. But other than that, I'd like to have had that out. Where did, oh, I made that stand. I was going to say, where did I get that stand? I made that stand. Okay. There's some number 6, direct berry. I don't need that anymore, but I will hang on to it, because when we move, I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of direct berry again, because I will be, if there isn't something there, I'm going to build it. Or buy one. I'm either going to buy one of those metal buildings that look like the old Quonset huts, the old military Quonset huts. I'm thinking possibly 30 by 50 or so. If not, I'm going to build something. If I build one, it'll probably be in the neighborhood of 30 by 40. But we'll see what happens. And if we do end up in Florida, this hurricane, my sons and daughters are down there, so I know one of my oldest son actually took a trip to Disneyland. He's down there at Disneyland or Disney World, whatever you want to call it. And he said they just moved him from the 10th floor down to the 2nd floor. So that's where he's at. So great vacation for him. He's down there for 2 weeks. Well, he was down there for 2 weeks. But then he told my wife via text that if they lose power tonight, that they have enough gas to get up to North Carolina. Well, that's fine. But Steve, don't you understand that there's bumper-to-bumper traffic? You don't have gas for that. You follow? So you're better off staying where you are. Because if you're in Disney World, they're going to take care of you. So, but at that point, that's where they're at. How did I get off track? I have no idea. Oh, I thought I heard something coming over. What time is it? The net should be starting pretty soon. And they're running a little late. Okay. All right, guys, listen, I don't want to bore you. I just wanted to keep checking this camera, you know, for color, you know, sound. Is it going to start recording? Is it going to stop recording? So that's what I'm doing here. Here's my 2 meter 440. I'm actually thinking about buying another one. Yeah, I know. I just bought one actually, not a 2 meter 440, but I bought a little version of that. It should be in this coming week. It's coming across the top. It's coming from Oregon, so it's really got nothing to do with the hurricane, not unless they fly it from Oregon to Florida to, you know, up this way. But at that point, I should have it this week, and it's a mini version. It does everything this, well, 99% of what this one does, that'll do. This is a lot smaller. So I bought that for the van. I was thinking about buying the ICOM IC4100 for the van as well, but I want to do a little bit more research on it first. It's relatively new. I seen it, but I didn't look at it, if you know what I mean. If it's a dual bander, meaning it does 2 meter and 440, I'll probably buy it because it's a good price. I think it's $400, so I'll probably buy it at that point. So I've already got an ICOM 2 meter in there. I've got a couple of see, the other thing is I've got a CB in there still. All right, you know, CBs are great when you're traveling, but the radio that I'm going to be buying is smaller than this one. If I modify it, I can get CB frequencies in it. So, you know, if I just want to listen to what, even if I don't modify it, I can still listen. And that's basically what I do on CB, is I listen sometimes when I'm traveling to see what the traffic's like. So, and if you do have a question, it's good to pick up and give a shout. But meanwhile, I'm thinking about buying that 4100 for the van. So, you know what? While I'm doing nothing, I'll probably check on it now. Hey guys. So, alright, catch you guys later.